What up, MetaZoo Maniacs and Cryptic Campers? Today's December 12th, 2025, and I figured since we're getting towards the end of the year, let's look at the PSA population report for all of the new MetaZoo. So we're going to go through the convention packs, the alpha promo cards, obviously torrential tides and base set, and whatever else we can find. And as of December 12th, there is no secret shadows or anything like that graded yet, but I'll cover everything that is graded at PSA for the new MetaZoo so far. So let's jump into the convention packs first. So if you don't know what that is, that's when you go to a convention, you're going to buy a box and it's got a pack with 2 cards in it, and they're identical cards, and you could trade one, keep one, build a set. So let's check out the population report. Total population, there's 61 cards sent in, 15 PSA 10s. So let's get to the meat of it. There's Giant Salamander, 2 were sent in, 2 PSA 9s. But the ones you want to see, right here, the limited ones. So when you trade in and you get a full set, you could trade either in for a Mothman, Cumberland Dragon, Phoenix, Awful, or Raiju for the regular full art cards. So for Mothman, the full art ones, which actually look really, really sweet, 27 sent in and only 4 PSA 10s, so holy moly. Let's go a little lower. You can see the numbers. I'm not going to speak them all out loud, but the Sun Wukong, the sketch art, and the Hodag sketch art, 2 Hodag sent in, 2 PSA 10s. For that Sun Wukong sketch art, the Clone King, 2 of them sent in, 1 PSA 9, 1 PSA 8. But besides the condition, these cards look absolutely sick. Next, let's go to the mailbox promo cards. So we have, 13 sent in and only 2 PSA 10s for those mailbox promo cards. So let's check out what we do have graded at PSA so far. So we got all the way from Miami to Houston, Dallas, Cleveland, New Jersey, Richmond, and Charlotte. See if there's any difference. Oh, okay, so these are like the staff ones. Wow, so beyond the staff ones, for Miami we have the... Wow, am I seeing this right? So for the Miami mailbox promo cards, 2 sent in, one's a PSA 8 and one's a PSA 6. Holy moly. And that's not even the holo version. No one sent in the holo version for the Miami? Or did they not have holo for that one? Actually, they might not have. But for Houston, 2 holos sent in for the mailbox promos and 2 PSA 10s. And then for all the rest, they're all staff Collecticon mailbox promo cards. There's 2 sent in for each one of them, and none of them got a PSA 10. So who will have the very first staff mailbox promo card that grades a PSA 10? Because there's none so far. And before we get the base set and torrential tides, we got to go over the alpha promo packs. Remember those alpha promo cards you can get in that magazine and in those 1-card packs? So there's 59 alpha promo cards sent in and only 4 graded a PSA 10, 13 PSA 9s and 25 PSA 8s, 14 PSA 7s. Holy moly, those alpha promo cards are, wow. You never want to see your number 1 number as a PSA 8. And there's more PSA 7s than there are PSA 9s. That's pretty bad. But anyways, let's see which 4 of these alpha promo cards graded a PSA 10. So Archive in Training graded a PSA 10. And I guess we gotta go down a bit here. Oh, look at this. Javier was pretty popular to send in. They got 4 cards sent in. So where's our next PSA 10 here? Oh, there we are. Snipe. There's an alpha Snipe card that graded a PSA 10. Holy moly. That's probably the best one, I bet. Let's see. Yeah, Spring Heels, like Spring Heel Jack. That got a PSA 10. I'd say Snipe would be the number 1 so far. And what else we got here? Lightning Aura. Got a PSA 10 as well. Oh yeah, Lightning Aura is the cool one. 4 Lightning Auras sent in, and they got a PSA 10, 9, 8, and 7. Pretty crazy. And that's about it. Now for the part of the video you're waiting to see. Base set, MetaZoo, 548 cards sent in, and let's check it out. 183 PSA 10s, which is about 33.5% rate of getting a PSA 10. Wow, so not much has changed for the Mothman. So this is the Mothman Full Holo. Nick Strength Pokemon had one of these graded as a PSA 10, and he had the only reverse holo Mothman, the 1-star rarity, that's what these are, graded as a PSA 10. So wow, but we all know for a base set, if you get a PSA 10 with anything that's not texturized, that is near impossible. Like, good luck. For example, look how many are sent in here. 2 Mothman, regular full holo, 1 reverse holo. But besides that, I mean, we're going to see a bunch of zeros for PSA 10s. Phoenix got a PSA 10. And what else? Literally, is there anything else? Oh, Earth Aura. Earth Aura Reverse Holo. And yeah, and that's it. That's literally it. So until we get to the texturized cards, we have Earth Aura Reverse Holo. And Phoenix Full Holo. And literally, 1 Reverse Holo Mothman and 2 Full Holo Mothman cards. That's the 1-star rarity. There's only 4 cards in the PSA population report from MetaZoo base set that graded a PSA 10 that aren't texturized. So anyways, let's get to the texturized cards. Okay, let's start with Rainbow Crow. 6 PSA 10s out of 21 sent in. The Mothman alternate art, the 3-star in the back alley and all that, 47 sent in, only 13 PSA 10s. Hodag, 14 sent in, 4 PSA 10s. Snallygaster, 15 sent in, 8 PSA 10s. Ziz has 5 PSA 10s. Dragon of Akanto Falls, 14 sent in, only 3 PSA 10s. Bigfoot has 12 PSA 10s. Basilisk has 5. Grootslang has 4. Trample has 5. Piazza Bird has 6. Phoenix has 5. Chupacabra has 9. Lady Luck has 13 out of 20. Sword of Searcher, 6 out of 15. Dingbelt, 8 out of 21. Oh, Sun Wukong, the box art, 42 sent in and 14 PSA 10s. And then we have the Light Sun Wukong, 4 PSA 10s out of 17 sent in. Then we have Quetzalcoatlus, 8 PSA 10s. And Monkey Mirage, 6 PSA 10s out of 18 sent in. And now we're at the part of the video you're really waiting for. The hidden rares from B set. So Mothman, this is the Mothbrion, illustrated by Poncho. There's 30 sent in to PSA and 13 PSA 10s. The Bigfoot hidden rare, 16 sent in, 6 PSA 10s. Piazza Bird hidden rare from base set, 17 sent in and only 2 PSA 10s. Then we have the Sun Wukong, one of the best looking cards in all of New MetaZoo. Absolutely crazy. Mothhawk knows what I'm talking about. There's 22 sent in and 8 PSA 10s. And then the OG Mothman, the big boy, the biggest, baddest card there ever will be in the New MetaZoo. 14 have been sent in the PSA and there's 5 PSA 10s. Okay, let's get to Torrential Tide. So it looks like there's 94 cards sent in and 25 PSA 10s. So that's about a 26.5% rate of getting a PSA 10 with Torrential Tides. I mean, not even 100 cards have been sent in yet. That's pretty wild. And that shows, you know, I know everyone doesn't like the negativity, if you want to call negative, but I'm just being honest, right? I just go by the numbers. It just shows a drop off in popularity that people are willing to spend on New MetaZoo. But anyways, let's get into the numbers here. Let's see what did grade a PSA 10 out of the 25 PSA 10s out of the 94 that were sent in. Same thing with the cards that aren't texturized. Very, very hard to get any of the regular cards to grade well. So we have Van Meter Visitor, Foul. Yeah, okay, so this is the full holo. So that's a PSA 10. And I mean, in all fairness, not many are sent in unless they're texturized cards too. Loveline Frogman. They tried. 2 sent in, 1 PSA 8, 1 PSA 9. Oh, here's a couple. Napa Rebob, alternate. Oh yeah, we're on to the alternate arts. No wonder we got some PSA 10s showing up. So, for Torrential Tides, only PSA 10s that exist. Well, I shouldn't even say that in a plural sense. There's only 1 PSA 10 that's not texturized, and that's the Van Meter Visitor full holo. So anyways, let's get to the texturized cards here. That's crazy how bad the regular cards don't grade well. Napa Rebob, alternate art. Got 2 PSA 10s out of 2 sent in. Van Meter Visitor, alternate art. No PSA 10s, 1 PSA 9, 1 PSA 8. Hey, there's a colorful alternate art. That Amphis, I can't even say that. There's 2 PSA 10s for this card right here. Amphis Fena, out of 3 sent in. Follow My Lead. I have a pristine 10, but there are no PSA 10s. 2 PSA 9s. Aguara, 2 PSA 10s. See what else we got here. Let's skip right to the PSA 10s. Jersey Devil, 1 PSA 10, only 1 sent in. I mean, in all fairness, there's not very many sent in here. What else we got here? Gas and Deetha got a PSA 10. Surtur got a PSA 10. Polybius got a PSA 10, only 1 sent in. Scroll down a little bit more here. Defy the Heavens, 1 PSA 10 out of 3 sent in. One's a PSA 8, one's a PSA 7. That's brutal. What do we got here? Loveline Frogman, the alternate art, 4 of them sent in. No PSA 10s. What else we got here? Kushtaka, 2 PSA 10s out of 4 sent in. Colossal Koi. Oh, we're on to... Oh, no, we're not on to the big boys yet. Colossal Koi, 1 PSA 10 out of 3 sent in. Sewer Alligator, 1 PSA 10, only 1 cent in. Kraken, 2 PSA 10s out of 2 cent in. Pamola, 1 PSA 10. Mothman, okay, we're on to the Legend Rares. Okay, now we're on to what we want to see here. So the Mothman Legend Rare, only 3 cent in, 1 PSA 10. The Chewash Dragon, 1 cent in, 1 PSA 8. Hodag Legend Rare, 2 PSA 10 or 2 PSA 9s. Holy moly, these Legend Rares aren't doing too well either. Piazza Bird Legendary Rare, 1 cent in, 1 PSA 9. Phoenix Legendary Rare, 6 cent in, no PSA 10s. 4 PSA 8s out of those 6 cent in. That's crazy. Slide Rock Bolter, 1 PSA 10. And these are the Legend Rares, as you can see over here. Then we got the Sun Wukong Legendary Rare, 5 cent in, only 2 PSA 10s. And now let's get to the Hidden Rares. Let's see how those graded. Hopefully a little better. Oh my goodness, not good at all. So Van Meter Visitor Hidden Rare, 1 cent in, 1 PSA 9. Pele Hidden Rare, 2 cent in, 1 PSA 10. Raijin Hidden Rare, no PSA 10s. Look at this, Loch Ness Monster Hidden Rare, 1 cent in, 1 PSA 8. And the Loveland Frogman, the big boy card, the Hidden Rare in Torrential Tides, 5 cent in and only 1 PSA 10. And next, in the last part of the video, before we do a little review, let's check out the promo cards that only come from the alternate art boxes from the Case Chase. So let's check it out. We got 32 cent in and only 6 PSA 10. So if you have any of those alternate art cards from the Poncho box, Jet Yates box, and soon to be the Tyler Ellis box, and you have those as a PSA 10, that is pretty hard to get. Like 1 in every 5, and you only get 4 in a box. Anyways, let's check out the individual cards. So we got Mothman, the Heroine. That's the big Poncho Mothman. 9 of them sent in, only 7 PSA 9, 0 PSA 10s, 1 PSA 8, 1 PSA 6. Then we got the Bigfoot from the Shadow Rare Poncho box. 7 sent in, only 1 PSA 10. Now this is the majority of the PSA 10s, is the Piazza Bird from the Poncho box. 7 sent in and 5 PSA 10s. And that's where it ends. There are no more PSA 10s after this. We have the Sun Wukong Shadow Rare, 7 sent in, 6 PSA 9s. Then we have the Yeti from the Jet Yates box from Torrential Tides, the alternate art box, 1 cent in, 1 PSA 9. And Sewer Alligator, 1 cent in and 1 PSA 9. So we still don't have the Loveland Frogman from the Jet Yates box sent in, which is interesting because if someone sent in the Yeti and the Sewer Alligator, you would think they would have the Loveland Frogman as well. And who knows, for all I know, as of December 12, 2025, there's still cards in PSA that haven't been graded yet that will pop up on this population report. And when they do, I'll make videos about it, but that's where it stands right now. It is absolutely mind-boggling how bad these alpha promo cards grade. So I guess we'll end the video looking at the Hidden Rares from base set, which I find the most interesting. I can't believe there's only 2 Piazza Bird Hidden Rares out of 17 sent in that graded PSA 10. So anyways, comment below. Let me know what you think. What do you think of the print quality of MetaZoo from the first set, Torrential Tides, all the way to Secret Shadows? Do you think it's improved at all? I don't know. Secret Shadows, I've seen a lot of issues with whitening and corner chipping and, edge chipping, and I don't know. I think Secret Shadows might be even worse than any of these sets. Well, not the alpha cards. Those are by far the worst. Nothing will be worse than that. At least I hope not. And if nothing else, just comment below. What do you think is the future of MetaZoo? What do you think the next set's going to be? So anyways, comment below. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you in the next video.